pilot transporter to pad 39B. You will learn more about the launch of SLS when we get to the launch pad.
When we go inside this building, what I want you to do is I want you to come in the door and immediately make a left, and then you can stop and go wow.
Oh yeah. Pointy. Go get in my hand a little bit.
Over this way a little bit farther. Once we walk down there. Yeah, I just want to stay out of this doorway because we got the trucks and everything coming through here. Look guys, out the doorway please.
That is not the ceiling right now. You can't even see the ceiling back here.
Alright, come on, out the doorway please. Walk in and out where we get some good pictures. Okay. Alright, welcome to the VAB. I worked in here for about 8 years. It's hotter than heck in the summertime and cold in the wintertime. Okay, this is the low bay right here. Okay, you can look up and go, wow now. Walk down and I'll show you the high bay here in just a minute. This is built for the Apollo program, going to the moon, stuff like that. The first stage of the Apollo program was the boosters was set. The first stage was set down in the middle of the transfer route. Over here in these high bays here, this is the second stage. Over there was the third stage. Down there, those are left over from the Apollo days. We don't take anything apart around here until we need to do it. It costs money to take stuff apart. Her husband takes it apart for us. Trust me. He did a lot of deconstruction of some of the stuff when we were converting over to the new SLS in here. When we went from the Apollo program to the shuttle program, we had about 2 years to flip things over. During that time frame, we just spliced into stuff. Now that we've been down for so long time, now we got the SLS coming online and everything, they were able to go in here and gut this building out, take all the old wiring out, and now we've gone to fiber optics and stuff like that and everything. There's stuff that had been stored back in there since the 1960s. Old desks, stuff like that. It's all gone and cleaned out. I think it was over 700 semi-loads of junk went out of here. The copper wire that they got out of here paid, for scrap price, paid for the new fiber optics in this building. So it's 60s technology paid for 21st century stuff and everything. So somebody asked what concrete is. Concrete's just about anywhere from about 4 to 6 feet. There's one area up here in there where the aft booster was put out for the Saturn V. That's about 25 feet thick. It was a little bit of overkill. But you don't tell the engineers they can have all the concrete and steel they want. They will dig to China and fill it full of concrete and steel. So let's walk on down this way now. Okay, this gives you some idea of what we did here in VAB when we had the shuttle program in there. This is one of the fuel tanks we brought in. These were all built up in Louisiana, barged on down around, brought back in here. Come through this door right here. We bring the tank in right here, take it up here, we lift it back up to the 16th floor, take it over, and there's each one of those high bays, 2 and 4 over there, that's where we get the fuel tanks. Different fuel tanks for different loads. They have the heavy fuel tank, or we had a light fuel tank, depending on what kind of payload we had in the shuttle program. Shuttle would come in here, it was always processed over to VAB, the OPFs over there, bay 1, 2, or 3. Around 120 days it took to process the things. We would bring them over here to that door right down there. You see the cutout for the tail down there where it was coming to the door right there. These stayed in probably for around a week, no more than that usually. It took 24 hours from the time they left the floor. It was what we call hard down on the tank. When we bolted up, the crane was picked up. It took 2 cranes. You got your low bay crane, you got your high bay crane. We picked it up. So as we were picking it up, we would start to rotate it. When the high bay crane took the whole load and everything, we'd back off with the low bay crane. That's why you see the rail up there. That's why there's no opening when you get to the floor. Okay? That opening up there dictates to how much cleaning you can put on the structure. We couldn't modify this building to fit what we really wanted about another 8 to 10 feet on each end of the wing to get a little bit more lift on the shuttle. So that's why it landed at about 220, 230 knots. So that's pretty hot. Most airliners don't fly to, 3 something normally. So that was the reason. So this building determined how big our shuttle could be. So we would pick this thing up, let it hang. This building would be closed up tight. You had to double door in to get in this building. During that time frame, we'd pick the shuttle up, hang it from the nose. It would hang there for about 4 hours to get the swing out of it. No matter how you move stuff, you've got a little bit. Then we'd pick it. Then after it got the swing out of it, during that time frame, they would take pictures of every one of the tiles before flight. About 28,000 tiles on the bottom of that thing, give or take a few. That was before flight. During that, then they would let it hang right there. Then they would pick it up. They turned it in at a 45-degree angle. That shuttle had to do a 45-degree turn to slide through that opening right there. Every level, there was 2 to 3 guys up there, people up there with long poles with rubber paddles on the end of it, just in case it moved. Because there was probably only about 18 inches of clearance when we went through that opening up there. As soon as you get into the high bay, now you turn it around and you let it back down. The high bay was big up there. As we walk down, I'll show you the high bay there. In that high bay was the mobile launch platform with 2 boosters on there and a fuel tank. The orbiter was made into the fuel tank, right here. With fuel holes in the bottom and top of the thing. This is called a solid bowl down here. It looked just like a big solid bowl where it looked up. The bolt holding on, there was 3 of them. They're about this long, and about this big around. They held that tank and the orbiter together. That was the last thing. They were French boats. They had a little explosive device in there to shear them off when they got to space. And this thing ran out. About 8 minutes and 20-some seconds, we sucked this thing dry. We burned about 3.5 tons a second of fuel up there, getting there. Of course, she was going from 0 to 17,000 miles an hour in what, 8 minutes, 20 seconds? Yeah, you were cooking. That room back over there was built, is a clean room. It was built for the adapter slug from their airlock to our airlock. Their airlock and our airlock are 2 different things. So it was about a 12-foot. Trust me, before, when I first started working in '89, we used to go up on top of the VAB here and watch the trawlers run up and down the coast there, spying on us. They were fishing, yeah, okay. Now, yeah, believe that or not, yeah, they were fishing for whatever they could hear what we were doing and everything. So, let's walk down here a little bit farther. This wall down here with all the signatures here is about 90% of the people that worked out here. There's a few of us that we're lucky enough to go up to the very top, and there's a beam up there. I think her husband's got his name up there too.
42nd floor, right? That's what he told me
yeah,
today.
42nd. Cost you some time. Yeah, yes. 16th floor. There's a total of 3,700
Contact info.
they're not there. Technically, the elevator says 37, but once you get off another elevator, you get on the roof, you go over here, these elevators here, you go up, get off another elevator, go up another 5 floors up to the top, you get on the roof and everything. For those of you who have seen Transformers 3, part of it was filmed right here, in this high bay right here. They were out here for a whole week. They wrote NASA a check for $1 million, and they got to run the place basically for a week. And then if you really had watched the cheesy stuff, the B movies, Sharknado 2, I was in it. I was a suit tech. I got about 2.5 seconds. I was laughing my butt off when they were doing it. They said, don't talk. I mean, that movie was just, they were using Canon cameras like that to film it. The film crew, the cast and everything would consist of 5 people, and they used 2 of us escorts as extras. And we were dressed like yes, I had khakis on that day. And if you look, we were up in the flight crew area putting the guys' boots on, and I'm bent over like yes, laughing my butt off. I couldn't keep a straight face. I would never make Hollywood, for sure. So it was fun. We get a lot of people out here doing film. A lot of B-roll stuff is done out here. We'll escort them around. They'll shoot a bunch of stuff, and it looks like they infuse all this stuff like everybody was out here, but it's not. So, you know, the guy that did Transformers 3, yeah, you noticed he didn't do 4. There was a reason. He was a brat. He was spoiled. He threw more than one fit out here. And,
Michael Bay?
Yeah, Michael Bay, Shiloh was the guy. Michael Bay was super nice to us. He made sure that we were all well taken care of.
Oh, Shiloh.
Yeah. Shiloh was there was somebody walking around with a diaper bag and a bottle for him. He was throwing that much of a fit and everything. So let's walk on down here. Brittany worked on the boosters down here, and she'll explain what went on with that there. Hey, Brett, you ready?
Yeah, but be real quick.
You're good. Oh, you guys look right here. These are the old mobile launch platforms for the shuttle program. Okay, they're modified from the Apollo days. They work the shuttle. Now we're not cutting them up. Who's got the high bay?
4.
Who got
There's some negotiation.
still in negotiation. But anyway, another company is going to come in here and build rocket style this high bay here. That high bay down here, that's the SLS high bay, which has been remodified. Christine's husband was one of the contractors to come out here and gutted it, and all the old metal and everything out. And then they come in with all new platforms and everything to set everything up. So another thing too, when we're out here, we also build dummy pieces out here to make sure everything fits, because it's not necessarily the engineers and its work doesn't translate sometimes from paperwork to the real stuff. So if you're saying this platform's got to be 8 feet here, it might be 9 feet, because it's just, you got to fit check everything first. And then when you get the real piece in there, then everything's ready to go. So
Every shuttle launch pad, do they do that? Like, does it Parker in here and then it gets
no,
assembled?
Parker does not come in here. This building was Saturn V and the Apollo program and the shuttle program. Now Parker and them, they go through a different direction and everything. Their rockets that will go by their buildings and everything. They process their buildings different. There's stuff here. So this building right here is strictly right now is for NASA and NASA use only. Even though we might have a payload that goes up there, there's no clean room here.
SpaceX, they all have their own buildings.
They all got their own buildings over here. If you look right here, this is where the tail, exact middle section of the tail of the orbiter hanging, and that's the tail out through here. Both high bays down there. Went up, turned side. This is how close it had to be turned just to slide it through this opening right here. Down here in Britain, it's going to tell us about what it's doing.
wish I had a video stabilizer right now.
I don't know how you didn't know that. This
Okay, let's get real close here real quick. We're running out of time.
You see him down there?
yeah.
Okay. So, forgive me, I'm not a good speaker. I work with the Orion program as their communication person, so this is part of something I'm working on. Well, in April of 2019, they're going to do an ascent abort to flight test, which is a flight test of the launch abort system for Orion. So these are the aero shells that are basically like the outer covering that'll go over the engine and stuff that's going to propel it up. So it'll go up to a certain, I don't remember the feet, in the air, and then the launch abort system will kick in, and it has a mock Orion capsule in it that has the same weight, height distribution, all of that stuff, and it'll fire, so it'll test how the system pulls the capsule away to keep astronauts safe. So this is technically a test for Exploration Mission 2, which is the one that'll have astronauts on it. So after it drops, the capsule will drop, and then these boxes, these data recording boxes will shoot out that'll have all the data from the test. And we actually did a test of those on Wednesday of this week. We dropped them from a helicopter 5,000 feet in the air, and test recovered them and made sure that all the data was good and stuff. So that's what these are for. They will be rolling out next week to the launch pad, Space Launch Complex 46 on Cape Canaveral Air Force Station. And they'll go through some pathfinding exercises with the inert motor to kind of make sure the process is ready and all that kinds of stuff. Then they'll come back here and get some more work before eventually being prepped for launch. So they are flight hardware. So it's cool. And that's my speech. Very informative.
Is Pad 46 the Minotaur pad, or is that another one?
That is, it was used last year for an orbital ATK, now Northrop Grumman launch. And then before that, it hadn't been used since 1998.
Right. I think I remember seeing that launch last year.
Last year, yeah. So I don't know if that was on a Minotaur or not. I wasn't involved with that.
I know it was something solid propelled.
Yeah. So it's a small. The motor inside of it, and that is kind of symbolizing, an SLS rocket for the test.
So that's a fuselage? Or a fuselage?
A mock-up of it, kind of.
Basically, yeah, it's just like what kind of covers the outside of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I recognize the battery symbol, but what is on the outside?
I
I think those are just things to plug in, isn't it? Those are like holes, not markings.
yeah, there's no boost.
Like maybe install plugs and other stuff.
Yeah, it's probably basically. I'm not an actual engineer, so I don't know exactly. I know the basics. I am a PR person or a marketing
clearly with those things. And they were hats about like this, and of course the booster would end up burning them up. We had stuff on the pad that was what we call sacrificed. Give it to
But it's cheaper to give that up than other stuff.
Then some of the high dollar stuff, cameras we just have down in the pit, stuff like that would burn up. But we needed to see what was going. It was like 200 and some cameras just alone on the launch platform, not counting all the ones on the there. So yeah, after the Challenger actually, we really loaded up on cameras and they were in the tubes and everything. So but yeah, we burn them up. Yeah, it's just part of life, you know. $3,000 camera. It's just a molten block.
It's like a disposable.
It's like remember the old the old thing, you film it and throw that away.
It's a lot more money.
Yeah, but it was just because just in case we had something go wrong, we could see. When did it happen? You know, what was the sequence of events where it went wrong? And that was really kicked off by the Challenger accident. And after that, we loaded up the cameras. Everybody does, even the other. I'm not sure about SpaceX, but I know ULA, they're loaded up with camera stuff. Some of them sacrifice, some of them not. So let's walk over here and I'll show you this stuff.
I can't take a selfie right now. So this is the best selfie I want to get. I'm so sorry for cursing.
This highway right here, all these platforms have been done. They're all new high-tech stuff and everything. These will be able to move up and down, configuration of whatever wherever we'll be putting in here, because there are two different size rockets we're going to use in the SLS. Right now we're going to launch the short one in here. That mobile launch platform you see outside there, that tower in there, it will come in here. And then we'll start stacking. We'll stack the boosters first. Then we'll bring the tank area in there. Then we'll bring the center section in here, and then eventually, towards the last, we'll bring this piece right here in. This piece right here is the mock-up of it is laying out there in the yard and everything. You'll see it when we drive by. There, this is laying out there. So, all this stuff here is all being fit checked for this high bay right here. You've got to make sure that the other, we've got one that's going to be another 20 feet taller. Then that platform will all have to get to move up a little bit farther there. Hey, let's not go any farther than that. That's it, right there. Okay, please. You go in there, you got to have a hard hat on. Yeah, they do drop. There's people up there working, and they do drop the stuff. You're not supposed to, but anytime, the rule out here, anytime you're working on flight hardware, if you get close to it, you got to have it tethered to your arm. Yes, I know it'd be, if some of you guys have worked with your hands, worked with wrenches and stuff, you put a 9/16 wrench on your hand, you got all the sockets behind you.
Can get lower. And taking risks.
Bare metal. You cannot have a flashlight that is over bright. So many lumens. Look at it. You get a light flashlight too much, it'll wash out the scratches and stuff. That's how particular we are when we come to the spectrum flight hardware out here. That's it. You get a flashlight out of the tools control, you go out there, check it, make sure it's the right lumens on there. If it's too bright, too dim, go back and get another one. They check that. They got cow stickers on a flashlight. No flashlights out here with glass. You can't have anything out here that will cause, if you drop it, it will cause it to turn into fog. Fog is very dangerous. When you go into a high bay, there's no staples on the paperwork. There's no lead pencils in a lot of the thing. You know, ink pens. They're taped up. They're tethered up. Walk around the flight room and everything, you see a guy with a pen like this, I'd have to take this up, put it on a tether, tie it around my neck. My badges and stuff like that, all down there in your waist. One time you have to wear this is up is if I'm out here working the high day, not around flight hardware. Anytime around flight hardware, rings, watches, all tethered up, glasses, all tethered. You don't want to drop anything. Just a pair of glasses falling from 37 down to the bottom, might hit somebody in the head. It'd go right through your skull. We had some work being done in one of the highways over here, and one of the contractors had left a pair of vice grips. He didn't log it in, didn't log it back out. We had no idea. And if you pull up one of the flips, one of the guys down on the bottom floor right here was standing here. A pair of vice grips gunned down, went through a steel plate right next to him. If he'd been standing 2 inches over farther, it'd probably been down about right here. Just a pair of small vice grips like that. But that's how far up there it is. So, anyway, you ain't got any more questions? We'll head on out here and go to the next stop. I'm retired, remember, so I lose concentration real quick.
No, hearing you talk about what it's actually like to work here is amazing. So, like, all of the questions that I have are like, what was a day-to-day like? Like, when you're talking about the tethers, are they? Like, I've seen that the. Are we talking like? But are we talking? Are they retractable tether? Or
No. They're special tethers that don't lose any fight. Some of them it depends on where you're working at. Some of them it was a Captine, it was a Kevlar type string on there. If you're working on flight hardware where it wasn't in a controlled clean room and everything, then you had a cotton tether on there that was slid up and slid on your arm. You worked with gloves all the time, rubber gloves.
And that's in the clean room or here?
That's in the clean room there. Depends on what we were doing up here. If you're inspecting the O-rings and stuff like that before you put the booster together, you were also in flame-covered overalls because you had an open drain on the booster, and you had to have gloves on. You couldn't wear anything that had not. I could not wear this shirt in here. Okay, it had to be. All your clothing had to be pretty much 100% cotton because you didn't want just a static electricity. I could go like that and touch you, and I would get a spark. So that little spark right there would set off one of the boosters.
Right.
That would probably, if you had a booster light in this building, it would probably destroy this whole area here.
Yeah.
That's how stuff's up. You know, anytime you touch flight hardware, especially with flight hardware that had fuel and stuff like in there, you had a grounding strap on there. And before you put the grounding strap on there, you went over to another machine to make sure that you were properly grounded before you went over and touched stuff with flight hardware. Special electronics, anytime you touched any flight with flight electronics. And you had to keep rubbing it. We had one person out here that she had to get a cleaning pad put on her arm because we couldn't get her to ground. It just, you cut, you get her to ground. And we run an alcohol wipe over her arm, tight, real tight, and her poor hand that almost turned purple so she could go work on flight hardware. So, ready? Okay, let's go. We're out of here.
Being in here really means a lot to me because my grandfather worked here and I didn't really get to know him. He had dementia before I was old enough to really talk to him. Also, the guy that was giving us the tour, Greg, it's not that he was not talking loud, it's that there's not a lot of places for sound to bounce around in here. So he just sounded very low. I tried to get close. I hope that you could hear as much as what he had to say.
The SLS high bay has